Hi all, this is the DOVAMAN GT10 garden shredder, and I just thought I'd do a quick review of it for you, show you how well it works and if it lives up to the claim of cutting branches up to 4 centimeters in diameter. So let's get on now, let's take a look at this garden shredder and see how well it performs. Okay, so I hope you could see there how easy it was to assemble this DOVAMAN garden shredder. Super simple. The instructions are really clear. I just went by the pictures there, but you do have the instructions in the user guide, and also you have a video there over on the Amazon listing as well from DOVAMAN that shows you how to assemble it, or just watch the video that I just did. So let's go over the specifications. So in terms of power, this is 2,500 watts, and that's going to be great for cutting those thicker branches. Yes, this isn't going to be for huge branches that you're cutting off of trees. That's not what this is about. This is about for cutting those smaller branches, and that's going to be ideal here in my garden, because every year we cut back everything and we have nice long thin branches and we cut them up and we use them as mulch around the garden, and that helps to prevent the weeds coming through. So nothing's wasted, nothing is put in the recycle bin, for example. It's all just used back here in the garden, and that's why we really love these machines. So we've been borrowing a machine, so we've decided that it's time to get our own one, but we don't have a lot of storage, so we have a small shed. So these are really nice and compact, so they're not huge machines that you're going to struggle to store. Just look how nice and compact this is. Really nice, and it's on wheels, so this is a heavy machine, but having those wheels and this handle here makes it really easy to maneuver around the garden. The other great thing about this is that it will cut branches up to 4 centimeters or 40 millimeters, which is quite a big size, and I will be testing this one out later. As I mentioned earlier, we've been borrowing one, but the issue we had with that one is when it got stuck, we had branches going in that were getting stuck. There was no reverse function, so we couldn't reverse the machine to get the branch out. So we had to strip it down, clear the branch that was inside, put it back together and carry on. But with this one, you have a reverse function. So that was really important to us to ensure that if it does get stuck, we can just flip this into reverse and get that branch out. You also have a dial here as well, which is your 8 blades. So remember, this has 8 blades in it for cutting those branches, and you can adjust this to get that really nice clean cut. So if you're using a machine like this and you notice that they're not coming out as separate pieces, they're kind of strung together, then you need to adjust this and make sure that this is just touching that disc and that blade is touching to give you that really nice clean cut. But again, when I'm using this and I'm showing you, I will show you how to use this later. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, this box here for your chip-ins is 55 litres. It's a huge box there, and that's going to be great because it's just going to allow you just to keep on working until this is full. You need to take it out and empty it, and as I say, we're just spreading this on our garden as a mulch, which is fantastic. So to put the grass box in, sorry, not the grass box, the chip-in box in, you put it in with this handle going in first, and then at the other end you lock it in. So that just slides in like so. And then if I just turn that round to show you, you have this lever here, and that has to be engaged. That has to be locked in like so, because there's a switch in there. And if that's not in, then this won't work, this won't start. So just make sure you've got that locked into position, and that won't come out. And that's just a safety mechanism, and that's really fantastic. And then you're ready to go. You also have surge protection here, so you have a reset button should this be overloaded for any reason. So that's great that that's being protected as well. So that's pretty much it. That's this the specification of this DOVAMAN garden shredder. So the first thing I just wanted to show you is this dial here, which you need to adjust when you start off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the machine up. I'm going to show you how quiet it is, and then I'm going to just adjust this more tightly so that that cutting disc is going closer up to the drum, and that's going to give you a nice clean cut. So if you notice something like this, so I've deliberately cut this one with the gear undone too much, and you can see there that it hasn't made a clean cut. So if you notice that your shredder is doing this, then you will need to adjust this up tighter. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. So when you turn your machine on, you'll hear it's nice and quiet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this tighter and tighter, and you'll start hearing a different noise. And it's when you start hearing that noise, you know that you're really nicely adjusted. Okay, so I hope you could hear that change in the tone there. So this now should be ready to go. So if I just put this back through, or a piece of this back through, we should see it cut completely. So let me just do that now. Okay, so I'm just going to check to see if that's cut completely. So just release the catch. And there you can see now that we're actually cutting completely through the branch and it's not got that string. So I know I'm good to go there with that now. So what I'm going to do is pop that back in. And then we'll get a completely fresh branch. So remember, this latch needs to be done up, otherwise the machine is not going to work. Okay, so I've been using this DOVAMAN wood chipper now over the weekend, and we've really covered all the areas that we want using the chipping. So instead of putting them into the recycling or just disposing of them, we're using it as a mulch around the garden just to suppress the weeds, and it's done really well at that. So I'm just going to cut another few branches here just to show you how well it cuts. So you can see there the thickness of that branch. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that through. So you should really cut some of this off as well, but let's see whether it goes through. Okay, let's see how well that does. And I hope you can see there just how nicely it chips up the branches there. And then we're just using that as a mulch now on our garden just to help keep the weeds down. So let me do a couple more and I'll just show you how they work as well. Okay, so I hope you found this review useful of this DOVAMAN wood chipper or garden shredder. It comes in 2 different colours and you can purchase it on Amazon.